Hey guys, what's up? I am back with another interesting video for you guys. So let's dig into it. But before we do that, please consider subscribing and like my video. It encourages me to create more content for you guys like this one. So let's get started. I'm very excited about today's topic because we're going to be learning about tables, how to add tables in HTML and why do we use them. But we're going to add tables in HTML later on, meaning in part 2 and not in part 1. We're just going to be learning today the basics of it and why do we use them, everything like that. But in the part 2, we're going to learn how to add them in our website so you can use them in your websites. So let's get started. First of all, what are tables in HTML? The HTML tables allow web authors to arrange data like text, images, links, other tables, etc. into rows and columns of cells. So what does that mean? It means that the tables actually make your images arranged in columns and rows. So it actually allows them to arrange your images, links, or text in columns and rows. So yeah, that's what we use them for. Why should we use tables in HTML or our websites? Now, I would say it's really good to use them in your websites because it actually is very easy and it makes your website more clean and professional because every data you have collected is in a row and columns and it's actually arranged so they are not messing around anywhere. Okay, like if I give you an example, like tables traditionally show the relationship between two or more items in rows and columns, and it's the best way to represent data. So it would be the best way to represent data like your images, links, or I don't know, text, everything like that. Okay, so yeah, it's the best way to do that. And if you go to Wikipedia, they use tables quite a lot. Let me show you. So if you come to Wikipedia, and if I come here and if I search countries by population, and if I click on this one, this link over here, and let me just scroll, there we go, that's an entire table. How do we know that? If I right click on this table and if I click on inspect, here you can see it says tr, it's a table element, so you can see it says table over here. Let me just zoom in a bit so you can see. Yep. So here you can see it's table, says table class and tr. Here you can see it says again. Then here he have some divs in there. So in the div he has added let's see what he has added in there. Okay, so there is something like, yeah, it's also, oops, it's too, I can just skip this one, this thing over here. So as you can see here, it's an entire table. So here we can see it's a table element over here, then fed, and then tr, and then th, and then what, g, let me see, okay, th, then again. So yeah, it's entirely covered with table, okay. If I go, it's a very complicated one, it's a very complicated table, okay. I'm not gonna go through everything. So here you can see it got a heading, everything, countries, images, okay. So here are the images of the flags of images, the flags of countries, the name of countries, the population of them, and of world, okay, and date, okay. So yeah, it's a quite, I would say it's quite a complicated one, okay. Yeah, it's quite a complicated one. Yep, it is quite a complicated one. So yeah, that was one of the examples I would like to show you. I showed you so you can get a better understanding in what are tables. Moving on, what else can you use except from tables? Interesting. So what to do if you don't like to use tables? So what can we use? We can use div. So let me show you an example of a div. Okay, So if I come to a new tab, and if I search up here images, and now if I click on images over here, and here you can see there are some images over here. Oh, look at this one. It's a bit scary, isn't it? Yeah, that looks quite a good image. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna right click on the here, and I'm gonna click on inspect. Once I've done that, I'm just gonna zoom in a bit. Just give me a sec. Okay, div. It says div, so it's like it does have a same job as table. I would say similar to it. As you can see, the images are arranged in columns and rows, but it's a div. Okay, it's not a table. Okay, not every website have a table. Sometimes they have tables, sometimes they have divs. Okay, again, if I right click and if I click on inspect, here you can see it says, oops, here you can see it says div. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this particular video. I'm gonna see you in my next video with another interesting topic. Obviously it's gonna be tables, and part 2 of it, and it would be more interesting than this one. So let's keep going. Please consider subscribe and like. I'm gonna see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.